I survived, Drexel. We survived the pits of hell, his devil's playground. And I'm still the POW Pro Wrestling Champion. I've taken down the Tower of Power and the devil himself. And as we come back to reality, to Earth, I find out who my next opponent is. Chris Brady? Who won the scramble? Bro, my guys, I went through hell. That's a whole different level, man. But you know what? I'm ready for any challenge. Pretty is always ready for any challenge. So Chris Brady, I'll see you next month at World Pies for my beautiful POW Championship.
June 28th, Charlie Avell, everybody's favorite homeboy. Once again, I have an opportunity to take home that POW title. You see, I've already been a champion inside of POW Pro Wrestling before, but this time is different. I'm gonna bring that POW title back to the trap house and back home to every single one of my kids, because that's what I need. I need to keep focus, and on June 28th, that title is mine, Charlie Avell. Welcome to the trap house.
And now you find yourself in 82. The disco hotspots hold no charm for you, but there's plenty of charm to be had when POW Pro Wrestling comes to Eugene, Oregon for Heat of the Moment. It's happening this Saturday, June 28th, live at World Pies in downtown Eugene, Oregon. Of course, if you can't be there live in Eugene, you can always watch on our YouTube channel at POW Pro Wrestling. But this, Jeremy Blanchard, is the Heat of the Moment countdown show. This is Jeremy Blanchard, I'm Brian Zane, and Jeremy, I'm so excited to be back at World Pies. We had a great showing at Base Brawl, Bases Loaded. And you know the Powder Keg is really excited for what's going to be the next step, the next chapter in the POW lore. And you know what? This show coming up on Saturday is going to be a big one.
It's going to be a great night. You know how I feel about the 80s, Brian Zane. I can't tell you how excited I am for this one.
That's right. It's going to be a big show. You heard some pre-match comments from Chris Brady and the POW Pro Wrestling Champion Charlie Avell ahead of their big title match coming up in the main event for this Saturday's event. We will touch more on that title match in a little bit, but of course, title matches abound here at POW Pro Wrestling. We have a big grudge match coming up for the POW Tag Team Championships as the Hess Clan defend against their old rivals in the Hammer Brothers.
Oh, buddy, I can't wait for this one either.
That's right.
I mean, this is ongoing. These two teams do not like each other, and I love it.
That's right. We are going to give you a quick recap of the bitter, sordid history between the Hammers and the Hess Clan leading up to this huge title match. After months of triumph and turmoil, POW's preeminent families resume a deep-seated rivalry at Heat of the Moment when Jack and Sledgehammer collide with the POW Tag Team Champions, the Hess Clan. The family feud began nearly 1 year ago at Till Death Do Us Part when both teams pushed the very confines of World Pies, forcing a Falls Count Anywhere match at Base Brawl 3. It was on that night along the first baseline of PK Park when Jack and Sledge stood triumphant, but injuries sustained in that match would slow Sledge down for more than a month. Finally, at Wicked Game that October in Kaiser, Uncle Sid revealed himself as a twisted branch of the Hess family tree, invading the steel cage and giving Jack a face full of tobacco spit to help his kin win the tag titles. Since then, fate has taken the Hammers and the Hesses on divergent paths. For the Hammers, it was extinguishing the simmering hatred of the Cole cousins, while the Hess clan have done everything in their power to hold on to the gold, even putting an end to the team of most violent. How have the last 8 months changed these teams? Can Jack and Sledge make history by becoming the 4-time POW Tag Team Champions? Or will the Hess Clan somehow lasso another victory? We find out at Heat of the Moment. Well, as you saw in that video package, Jeremy, the war between the Hammers and the Hess Clan, far from over. You have encountered both of these teams in your wrestling days. It's got to be a toss-up for you to kind of decide who might come out on top of this one.
I don't even know where to begin, because I'm telling you right now, both are equally dangerous in their own right. And with the Hess Clan, you just, once again, I know it's like saying this over and over and over again, but you don't know what you're going to get. And obviously with Uncle Sid there, that's a more powerful team. Dom's a little wacky, but he can he can still do some damage. But let's talk about the Hammer Brothers right now. They're on a roll.
That you can't discount the energy and the fire that Jack brings, and of course that the mood changes whenever Sledge gets in the ring.
You said it. You said it best right there. The mood absolutely changes. Everything changes.
That's right. We're going to hear some words from both of those teams right now.
It feels good to hammer a couple of nails at the construction site. It feels great to still be undefeated at baseball, and it's gonna feel absolutely amazing to demolish the Hess clan on June 28th and become the 4-time POW Tag Team Champions. Now, the last time we stepped into the ring with the Hess clan, their little Uncle Sid came out and threw a spit cup into your face and stole those titles from us.
Oh, I haven't forgotten, Sledge. I haven't forgotten. How could I? I can still taste Uncle Sid's saliva and tobacco juice. Ooh, it's nasty, but not quite as nasty as the bitter taste of defeat, which continues to linger on my tongue ever since we lost the POW Tag straps to the Hess clan. Now the Hess clan has been on quite a roll ever since Uncle Sid showed up. But the Hammer Brothers are returning to form. We're finding our groove. We're getting in the zone, the destruction zone, which means we don't give a rat's behind if it's Papa Wade, Baby Dom, Uncle Sid, Cousin Ed, or Mother Teresa. Anyone who gets in the ring with us is getting demolished, and that is a Hammer Brothers Destruction Company guarantee. 'Cause when you're a hammer,
Everybody looks like a nail.
Hammer Brothers! You guys may be brothers, but we're a whole family, a whole clan, and we are the POW Tag Team Champions.
You know what the Hess clan did first thing in the morning is we woke up, we went to a 10U boys baseball game where the littlest Hess hit 2 home runs against boys that were 4 years older than him. You see, the Hess clan wakes up and we kiss excellence. And on June 28th at POW, POW Pro Wrestling, the Hess clan versus the Hammer Brothers. Well, the Hess clan is sick and tired of the Village People rejects, the Hammer Brothers. And on June 28th, POW Pro Wrestling, we will burn it down!
Another match that we're excited about here at POW is some trios action. Some of the best of POW going against some of the best of West Coast Pro Wrestling as Jonas Albert Robinson, Eliza True, and Mickey Montoya take on Jaguar Montoya, Jay Maney, and Nico Alana. You know, Jeremy, as members of the commentary team, might be a tough night for us at the office calling these matches, but I'm excited for the action the West Coast Pro people are going to be bringing to POW.
That's definitely a mouthful. I think I'm gonna let you do that. I think I'll just stick to the what's that good one there?
Jay Maney?
Oh yeah, there you go. I think I can handle that one.
There we go. Well, we caught up with both the West Coast Pro contingent and the Jarmy, and we'll hear what they have to say ahead of this trios match.
Okay. Mickey? I love the energy. You're at a 10. Let's, for right now, let's keep you about like an 8.5. Is that cool?
J.9, got it.
Okay. June 28th, we got a couple of West Coast Pro punks coming to our home, our neck of the woods, POW Pro Wrestling, and they think they're going to make a name for themselves at the Jarm's expense. I don't think so. You know what? It's not June 28th anymore. It's J 28th. At the end of the night, Jarm is going to be standing tall, and you know what? Jay's up.
There's no J in my name.
There
It's
is
just
now.
the Jarmy. It's the thing we do.
No, there's no J in my name.
Okay, you know what? We'll table it for now. I hear you. We'll table it. It's all right, fellas. We'll think of something. It's okay. Let's go. Let's go.
Woo! It's the main squeeze, Jay Maney.
And me, Miko Alana.
And we'll be returning to Eugene, Oregon for POW's Heat of the Moment, where we'll be facing
The Jarmy.
And I heard the Jarmy has a new recruit, Eliza True. But y'all are not gonna work your rust out on us.
And let me tell you why, pal. This time, me and Manny will not be coming up by ourselves.
Say that.
POW Pro Wrestling! Jaguar Montoya debuts! And the Hoss Cat doesn't come alone! Jay Maney and Miko Alana! There's trouble in the forest. There's trouble with the trees. For the fans want more sunlight, but the Jarmy ignores their pleas! We're coming for you, Jarmy!
And speaking of the Jarmy, the group's fiercest warrior in Joey Thornton will be in action. He's going to be doing the bidding of Jonas Albert Robinson as he goes one-on-one with the young up-and-comer Gunnar Thorson. We saw a couple of months ago, Jeremy, when Gunnar stepped up to Jonas and challenged him to an impromptu match, and ever since then, Jonas has wanted nothing to do with this guy.
Very, very true. But I will say this. Joey is that man. He is. He's one win, one victory, one step away from doing really big things. Now I'm going to say this. Gunnar is young and hungry, and you don't just go out and make a challenge like that if you're not ready.
Take the Jarmy glasses off for a moment, Jeremy, because I know you still have some allegiances, but
Okay.
who would you give the advantage to in this one?
It's between you and me and no one else. Gunnar might have an edge on him. I just think that, and you said take the glasses off, and I will, but sometimes Joey gets a little too emotional. And right now I see the fire in Gunnar's eyes, and it's kind of scaring me. But this is between you and me.
Okay.
Don't tell anybody else, right?
Oh yeah, we keep secrets here at the Countdown Show. We are going to hear word from both Thornton and Thorson right now.
Jonas, I hope you understand that I am not meant to be taken lightly. I hope Mickey understands that. Hell, I hope Joey Thornton can understand that. June 28th, I am looking for a fight. I am looking for war. So why don't you send your lion after me? Tell him to give me everything he has. And I promise you, it's gonna be shin to chin. Lights out. See you in June.
Gunnar Thorson, you stuck your nose in Jarmy business, and you're going to learn that the 11th commandment says this: thou does not screw with the Jarmy. Come next month, I'm going to break you.
It's going to be quite the matchup. Another one that yours truly has got his eyes on is Jaden's open challenge for the Wrestling with Regret YouTube Championship. Of course, it was Jaden who defeated brother Levi Shapiro some time ago in that ladder match to claim not only his superhero identity, but also retain the championship. And ever since then, he's been on a tear as the champion. He's issued an open challenge. And Jeremy, we know we got a lot of people here at POW that are all gunning for that championship. It could be anybody.
This could be the stupidest thing Jaden's done.
Really?
Yes. And let me tell you what. You usually, when you're a champion, you know who's coming after you. But when you make an open challenge, you have no clue. And let me tell you something. Your friends here at Open Challenge, you're not really a friend anymore, are you? Because you know what? I got in this business to win titles and win money. And if my friend wants to put his belt on the line and says, anyone, come, wrestle me for this, well, we're not friends anymore, not for 15 minutes.
Yeah, well, Jaden does have a lot of, as many friends as he does enemies in POW, honestly. So you do
have a lot more.
raise up a good point there. So, but like I said, anything's possible. I know that Jaden is putting himself behind the 8 ball in a situation like this. Because like you said, it's fair game. It could be anybody. It's really...
Could be you.
Well, I don't know about that. I think I'm retired after I wrestled Levi Shapiro. But either way, my thoughts go out to Jaden, and good luck to him in his open challenge. We'll have to see what happens in that match.
If any athlete could do it, he can. Just telling you. Watch out, buddy.
Another match we can look forward to seeing is Marcus Erics. He's on his own now. Despicable Me is no more, but he's looking to continue his despicable streak as he takes on the newcomer, Chuco Bum. Now, Jeremy, I don't think we know too much about this individual. He's called the Vago from El Paso. And I mean, he seems to be just kind of he just goes with the wind. He seems to be kind of a drifter. And I don't know if Marcus...
So, homeless.
Well, we call them rough sleepers, but I think that the issue is I don't know if Marcus really knows what he's getting into with this new individual.
I don't think we need any more homeless here in Eugene, but I can tell you right now, that's another scary thing for Marcus. We don't know anything about him. Does he know anything about him? How do you get footage on a guy that's a vagabond from where?
El Paso.
And then
El Paso,
he drifts with the wind? That's a little difficult. You know, someone needs to tell him that there's no sleeping out on the concrete out by Whirled after this. He can't loiter.
We'll let them know.
Oh, okay,
we'll
okay.
let them know. Still to come, of course, on Heat of the Moment, it's going to be a titanic match between two former champions, a former PAL Pro Wrestling champion versus the former YouTube champion, Caden Cassidy, taking on brother Levi Shapiro. Take a listen to these pre-match comments to get some more information.
It's been a interesting 4 months since my return to PAL Pro Wrestling. I promised my children, my blood, my kin, that I would come back and I would do something different. I wouldn't be the same villainous, evil kingpin. I would simply be a nice gentleman. I would be a great competitor, like I was told I would be. But with every match, with every loss, I'm finding out that venom, that thing that kept me there, that thing that made me the kingpin is my edge. And I'm having to deal with that, some feelings. Now I'm put up against Levi Shapiro, the former YouTube champ, who's now going up the former PAL champion. Two beasts, two men, two meat castles, ready to go ahead and go one-on-one. Both of us backed up against the corner. Both men wanting to prevail, to move forward to the next thing, and that's gold. Levi, I respect you. I've been watching your career for the last 4 years. You impress me. But there's something that I need you to understand. It's not about a cornered animal. It's about a cornered king who still needs his kingdom to recognize I am the man. And I'm going for any gold that happens to step in my path. You are in my way. I'll see you June 28th. You will be just another man who has made a bad life choice.
It's been a couple eventful months for good old brother Levi. Once at the peak, now down low in the valleys. Thought I had it all. Some say maybe got too greedy, got too blinded by the wealth. Now it's all gone. The PAL Pro Wrestling wants to give me one more opportunity. One more chance to truly prove myself. As the former Wrestling with Regret YouTube champion, is going to take on the former PAL Pro Wrestling champion, Caden Cassidy. You know, normally I've got a lot to say, Caden, but right now I'm a man of few words, and I'm going to do my talking in the ring.
Interesting contrast in comments, Jeremy. You'll notice that Caden Cassidy, he's a very verbose individual. He has a lot to say. Levi Shapiro, for all the years I know him, he was also a bit of a talker, but he was uncharacteristically brief and curt. He said he would let his actions do the talking this time around.
And that's how you know a man's serious. It's time for talking is over. And have you noticed somebody over talking? Yeah, I think Levi's on a mission, pal. It's going to be scary. Look out, Caden.
He's keeping it short and sweet. Like you said, they're both former champions. They're both very credible and legitimate and tough
Absolutely.
in the ring. It's a coin flip for me to figure out which one could win this one. But like you said, Levi's got his serious face on, especially after the losses he's incurred. I think he's definitely motivated.
I know he's motivated. I talked to him a little bit.
After losing to me, I would imagine he's pretty motivated.
I was going to say, that we talked a little bit about that too, and yeah, he's a little upset, pal. He's a little upset.
Well, undoubtedly so. But speaking of upset, we could have a huge upset on our hands in our main event when everyone's favorite homeboy, Chris Brady, challenges Charlie Avell, pretty Charlie, for the POW Pro Wrestling Championship.
He's not my favorite homeboy.
Well, yes, that's certainly, that is a matter of record. But be that as it may, it's been quite a journey for Brady for the last couple of years or so. And as he goes into this championship matchup, he won the #1 contendership at Base Brawl. He's got a lot to prove this time around as the POW title is on the line.
He's another one that, gets on his feelings. He's another one of those guys that needs to, really reel it in, I think. I think he can get too emotional in that ring. And I'm not sure that he's got what it takes to dethrone Pretty Charlie.
Well, we'll have to wait and see, but until then, as we rapidly approach this matchup, take a look at this video to get all the details on how it's come to this. Since debuting in 2022, Chris Brady and Charlie Avell have found themselves on similar yet separate paths. The two both made their POW debuts on the same night at Brilliant Adventure 2022 in the Dr. Cleaver Invitational Battle Royal. Over the next year, Avell and Brady found themselves as both partners and opponents, with Brady scoring a win over Avell at Down in the Alley. Brady and Avell would end up forming a makeshift alliance via their association with Funny Bone and Drexel, but a tag bout at Heart Punch 2023 saw tensions boil over that eventually disintegrated Charlie's relationship with Drexel. As both men set off on their own paths, Brady seemed like a shooting star, picking up victories in the POW Wrestle Rally, winning the YouTube Championship, and even beating Charlie again at Heal the World 2024. But soon, Lady Luck stopped smiling on Brady, and a series of unfortunate events left him titleless and on the shelf, while Charlie's star was rising as he won the POW Championship. At Base Brawl 4, Brady pulled a rabbit out of a hat and scored a chance to wash all his troubles away, winning the Base Brawl Scramble and a shot at Charlie and his pretty POW Championship. Can Brady's street smarts help him overcome the dynasty and find championship glory once again? Or will Charlie prove that he's leveled up and is ready to send everybody's favorite homeboy back to the hood for good? It's certainly been a rough go for Brady since losing the YouTube Championship. He's come close to other wins in the past, but he just keeps coming up short. Then, of course, there was that scary hit-and-run incident while he was on his motorcycle. He's had a lot to bounce back from. And so I think that a win for Brady here could certainly put things in the right direction. We heard his pre-match comment at the top of this show. He is focused. He is prepared. My pick, my gut instinct, tells me that Chris Brady could win this and become the new POW champion. Jeremy, I'm going to put you on the hot seat. What's your pick?
You already know my pick. You already know my pick. Listen, a huge win like this is going to put Brady in the driver's seat, obviously, and it's obviously be a notch for his career that he needs. But like I said, I don't think he has what it takes to dethrone Pretty Charlie. Charlie's just he might be one of the greatest POW Pro Wrestler champions of all time. I'm just saying that.
Everyone's great when you got bodyguards on your side like Los Sicarios at the side of Charlie Avell.
I've seen some people out there with him. They're just for moral support.
Sure, absolutely. Moral support is the name of the game with the Dynasty, as we all know. And of course, it's anyone's matchup still for the POW title. Charlie has certainly fought some very impressive challengers since winning the championship. Brady's got that fire though, so who knows for sure. But let's run down the entire heat of the moment card as we hurtle toward this Saturday's action. You got Charlie Avell defending the POW championship against Chris Brady. Caden Cassidy taking on brother Levi Shapiro. Marcus Eriks takes on a debuting Chucko Bum. Jaden hosts an open challenge for the Wrestling with Regret YouTube championship. The Jarmy battles some of the best from the West Coast Pro. Then the Jarmy's Joey Thornton takes on Gunnar Thorson. Finally, for the Tag Team Championships, the Hammer Brothers try to become 4-time champs as they challenge Wade and/or Dom and/or Uncle Sid, the Hess Clan.
There you go.
Jeremy, we can see from this it's going to be a loaded show from top to bottom. You know the powder keg is always explosive, whether it's at World Pies or at PK Park. And this show coming Saturday night is going to be just another epic night for POW Pro Wrestling. I can't wait.
It's going to be a Jeremy kind of night.
Of course, tickets still on sale. If you can't be there live in Eugene, Oregon, you gotta watch us as it happens at 7 o'clock this Saturday on our YouTube channel, live as live can be. For Jeremy Blanchard, I'm Brian Zane, and we will see you at Heat of the Moment.